So I've been out here for a couple hours now, been barefoot the entire time. We've hiked through all sorts of moss and twigs and shrubs and rocks and everything that you could imagine being on the forest floor, and I've managed to be barefoot comfortably the entire time. What I recommend for building up your endurance for barefooting is to just start getting out and doing it. And right away we'll start to feel more comfortable than you might think. Walking on gravel, different types of terrain really help to build up your muscles and the padding on your feet. And one thing that's really important while you're walking is to walk properly. So it starts with just how we carry ourselves and how we align our bodies. So to start, I'm going to bring my shoulders up by my ears, bring them back together, and then drop them down, pinching my shoulder blades still slightly together. Notice I'm not rolling my arms out, I'm just using my shoulder blades to pull my shoulders back and sit them onto the small of my back. Now, usually when we're told to sit up straight, our chest comes up, and that's putting a lot of pressure and tension into your back, which isn't needed. What we want is those shoulders back, and then to bring your chest kind of down so that your ears, your shoulders, your hips, and your ankles are right over top of each other. From here, I'm going to slightly roll my hips in, and if you tell, you can place your thumbs on the small bones in the lower of your back, and then your fingers on the top parts of your hips, and you can start doing little rolls or thrusts to figure out how to move that there. What we want to do is just unlock our knees and come a little bit forward so that it gets rid of the scoop that gets in our tailbone from all the compression that we're putting on it all the time. Next, we're going to put a little bit of inward tension in our legs. If you notice, and if you do this with me, just jump up and down right now on the spot. Look down at your feet. If they're pointing outwards, that's representing that we have a little bit of our hips are a bit of out of line, our knees are facing outward, and so of our feet. And when we walk, usually our heels touching the ground first, heel toe, heel toe. That's not exactly how the body was built though. We've got a lever system in our ankle. We've got padding on the balls of our feet. And even when you sprint, you notice you get right up onto your toes. So that's how we want to stay barefoot. We're going to utilize the muscles that are in our ankles and our calves and our feet so that they're doing the job that they're intended for. So I like to keep the weight of my feet on the balls of my feet, and that way if my ankle slips or moves around at all, I'm not going to roll my ankle. Flat-footed, it's easier to roll your ankle. Up on your toes, it's nice and firm and flexible and durable. As we walk forward, we're going to start with our good posture that we talked about. Shoulders up, back, and down. Slight scoop in the tailbone, tucking that in. And then some forward tension in our legs and our thighs. And as we move, we're going to lean forward until we fall. And as you notice, I'm going to stick my foot out as I fall. I'm catching most of the weight on my toes. That's happening naturally. And it's forcing my toes to point the direction I'm going. No more of that outward turn or outward spiral. And we're just going to keep up on our toes like that, moving forward and back. Also, why tiptoeing around and sneaking up on people like a ninja? You got to be up on the toes, on the balls of your feet, and that way you're going to be nice and soft and moving properly. So it keeps you over top of your toes, and it keeps the momentum moving forward, limiting any impact on your lower back, your spine, your joints, and your knees and your hips. And it's just overall the natural, healthy way to walk barefoot.